Hi friends, Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be discussing on text summarization using LangChain. So there are two ways that we can do text summarization. One is stuff and other one is MapReduce. Stuff is very simple method in which we will be sending the entire context or entire document to the LLM model, and we will say that okay, we will ask the LLM model to summarize it. And other is MapReduce method. So in MapReduce method, what we will do, we will divide this document into small chunks and we will summarize each chunk one by one. Then finally we will combine all the chunks together, then we will summarize it again. So that is what happening in the MapReduce method. So by this explanation itself, you must be knowing about what are the drawbacks and advantage of these two methods, right? So first one is stuff. So in which the advantage is, which is very simple, right? Like we will be giving the context to the entire document to the LLM model, then LLM model will summarize it, and LLM model has some advantages because it is getting like entire context. So we are sending the entire context to the stuff, right? So what will be the disadvantages? So disadvantage is if the document is too big, then we may not able to pass them everything to the LLM model, right? So that will be a challenging task because all the LLM models has its own limitations with respect to the context length. Then in MapReduce method, which is useful when we have a very big document, then we need to make it summarize. So using MapReduce method, we will able to make them split and we will able to summarize them parallelly, and finally we will able to summarize them together. So when we come to the MapReduce method, the advantage is like we will able to do that very big documents and we will able to execute in parallel, which will be very fast in considering the document size. But it is little complex because it has to do like a lot of things, like first it has to split the document, then it has to do the summarization, then again it has to combine them together, all those things that has to be happened. And since the document we are splitting, there are chances that it may lose some of the context. Okay, so that is the disadvantage of MapReduce, and we will see both in this series. So first we will go with the stuff. Okay, so this is the high level diagram or the architecture that is shared by the LangChain itself. So here we can see the both stuff. Both cases. One is the stuff and other one is the MapReduce. So in the stuff case, what we are doing, we will be doing we will be taking the document, and if it is fit to the context window, we will be sending to the prompt and we will say that extract a final summary of from the documents, and we will pass that to the LLM will create the final summary. So very simple and straightforward method. And here when we talk about the MapReduce, it does not fit to the document. There are cases that document will not fit to the context window, right? Context size, right? So in that case, what we will do, we will make them into split. So we can see some kind of a overlay here. So we will split them and we will summarize them. Then we will from the all the summary of chunks, we will create the final summary. Okay, so that is how the MapReduce will work. So we'll see how this can be done. For that, I have opened my Visual Studio Code. Okay, Visual Studio Code is open, and these are the requirements that we need to run. So let me run that. So for that, I have created my environment using using the command conda create -penv python equal to 3.10 -y. Okay, so that is done. Now let me activate it. I can activate it, conda activate env, not event, env. So that is activated. Now let me run the my requirement.txt file that I can run using the requirement.txt. Okay, so the installation is in progress. So in between we need to do like few basic things. Okay, so one is I can create a notebook stuff.ipynb. Okay, now let me select the kernel. So this is the kernel. So the installation is completed, which is good. Now let me go back here, and this is my kernel. So I'm selecting my environment. So that is done. Now let me do the OS import. Okay, so we need to install the IPY kernel file, I mean IPY kernel package, so that is in progress. So in between, so we need few things. We need to have a LangSmith. So for that, let me go to a site, so LangSmith. So here we can see, so this is my LangSmith page. So I have already created a tutorial separate for creating the LangSmith account and how to create, how to use the LangSmith, everything is there. So I will add that into my comment box. So here we have, this is my dashboard. Now what we are going to do, I'm going to create a LangSmith project, tracing project. So let me go here and close this here. Let me go and create a new project. So this is my project, and here I can say that text summarization. Okay, and this is, I can generate my key. So LangSmith is basically used to trace our project details. Okay, so let me copy this. Here I can make an os.environ. Let me restart it, execute it. I can use os.environ. Okay, here we can pass the API key. So I can have a LangChain API key. So this is my LangChain API key. Now I can use os.environ. I can make LangChain tracing. LangChain tracing v2, this can be set to true. So this is only to enable the tracing part. Two more parameters that we need to set, that is LangChain endpoint need to be set. Then here we need to set the os.environ. We need to set the LangChain project. Okay, the endpoint we can get it from here. So let me take the endpoint. So let me copy this endpoint from here, and I can paste it here. So this is my endpoint, and this is my project. So text summarization is my project, so I can put it here. Okay, so we have our LangChain, I mean LangSmith setup is done. Now we here in this project we are going to use the Groq. So to create a Groq account, you guys can go and go to the groq.com. okay, and here let me go there, groq.com, and click on the developer side and click on free API key. Okay, so you will have API keys there. Okay, so I can open this. I can create a name like test2 and submit. So we will have Groq. So Groq is also like a free API, free LLM providers. So we can able to use them. I also created a video for this one. Please look on that if you are not aware of Groq. And here I can give the Groq API key. So this is our Groq API key. Okay, so let me restart it again, save it, just closing it. Somehow the auto complete is not working, so let me run everything there. Okay, so everything is ready, and what we are going to do, we are going to summarize this particular page. Okay, so this is the web page that we are going to summarize. So let me copy this. I can put the URL as this page. Okay, now we can use WebBaseLoader, that is available in LangChain _ community document loaders. We can import WebBaseLoader. Now we can use loader, which is equal to WebBase loader dot, here I can pass the URL. Let me execute it. WebBaseLoader, spelling mistake. Now we can load that. Loader dot load. So this will load our document. Now let me check the docs here. So here we have only one record is there. So I can take the page content. So this is the page content. Now we can see how can we summarize this. Okay. For that, what we can do, we can import few more things. Okay. So one is we can import from LangChain Groq. We can import chat Groq. Okay. Now from LangChain.chains.combine document, we can import create underscore stuff underscore documents underscore chain. So this is the one thing, and here we can have a LangChain.chains.llm. we can import llm chain. Then one more thing, LangChain underscore core dot prompts, we can import chat prompt template. Okay, so here cannot import, so it says cannot. Let me check that. LangChain.chains.combine documents import create stuff documents chain. Okay, that's a spelling mistake. Now I can create a prompt. So this prompt can be created using the chat prompt template. Okay, here I can pass a system. Now I can say that. So this is my prompt. Write a concise summary of the following. So now here I will be passing my context. Okay, now the context is, the prompt is ready. Let me add few more cells. Now we can create a chain. Chain can be created using create stuff document chain. Here we can pass the LLM. Now we need to create a chat model, right? For that we can use Groq, chat Groq. Here I can mention the model. Okay, to get the model, the Groq model, we can go to the Groq website. Okay, so this is my key. Here I can view the documentation, models. We can use LLM. Can use a small model. Llama 3 model can be used. So let me copy this model. I can mention the model here. Okay, so we have our model is there. Now we can pass the model here. Okay, now I can pass my prompt is my prompt. So the chain is ready. Okay. Now we can, what we can do, we can use a chain.invoke. Chain.invoke, we can pass the context. The context will be the doc. Okay, so we are passing this document to the context, and here we are saying that write a summary of concise summary of the following context. So we'll see the result here. Okay, so message, please reduce the length of the message, completion type invalid, request error, parameters, context length exceed, because we used a small model, right? That is why it's a context size is increased. The context size, the document size is more than the context of the model that we have selected. So what I can do, let me change this model to some other model. So this is one of the disadvantages that we have discussed. I can use a llama 3.1. There is 8 billion parameters is there. I can use this model. So let me try this model. Okay, so this is also says the size is too big. Let me do a run all command and we'll see. Okay, now it's good. Now we are good. Now we can check the result. So this is the summary of the web page that we have given. I can check the length of the result. So length of the result is around 4000. We can check the original length of our document, which is 0 dot. We can check the page content. So earlier it was around 43k. Now it is summarized to 40 or 4096 characters. Okay. So the summarization that we have done successfully. Now we can see how can we stream the data. Okay. So that is also very simple. I can take a token. I can use the chain.stream command. Okay. Here I can pass the context. So this will be context will be the document. Now here I can print the token and I can mention the end as a space, and we'll see. Let me execute it. Sorry, here we can see the entire summary. Okay, it's a streaming our data. So that is all about in this video. So in our next video we can discuss about map reduce method. Okay, so one more thing I need to show. So we have added our what we call LangSmith details, right? We can go and check how the LangSmith works. So here let me come here and go back and let me check my tracing project. So here we can see the text summarization is there, and the error rate we can see 50% of error is there, and streaming 25%. So we can see a lot of things details. So it is tracking successfully, right? Here we can see the error that is happened, and here we can see the result also. So this seems to be working fine. So we could able to establish a real-time connection between our program and the LangSmith, so which will help us to monitor the activities, and based on that we will able to fine-tune them. So that's it. Please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.